So 21 Carpenter was built in 1936, which is a very interesting time period because it was just after the Great Depression and just before the Second World War. And so it's a bit of a lost decade. There's not many buildings in Singapore built in the 1930s. My name's Richard Hassel. I'm an architect and I'm a founding director of WOHA Architects. We thought it was an interesting surface because it almost becomes like a piece of paper, the idea of origami, and then paper can have writing on it. And so the idea of a facade that communicates in a subtle way something about the building, its history, and the experience of the people that used it. Now, the old building is a remittance house, which was used by the migrant workers of Singapore to send their wages back home to China. I was really interested in their experience as workers who are away from home. I'm also Australian and away from home when I'm in Singapore. We looked up their letters in the archives of Singapore, and they were filled with very human stories, people saying they were lonely, they missed home, or asking questions about their relatives. So all these were really interesting, and what was fascinating to us was the way they were expressed was through poetry or songs. And further research showed that this was because they were written by professional, classically trained letter writers who would operate in the 5-foot ways of Chinatown. Because every project has sort of hidden secrets that you don't know about and that only reveal themselves during the process of conserving and reconstructing them. So what we did was we'd lifted up the rear guest room block, and we had some things at the ground level that we needed to accommodate, but we could create this courtyard-like lobby, which when you stand there, you can see the extent of the old building around you, as well as the garden that we created at level 3. Keys Restaurant was something that we had hoped would come into existence. We thought it was a really nice place to bring together all these stories about the remittance hall and about Singapore in the 1930s. We integrated art. The two in Keys are quite special because they're by a Singapore artist, Carl Ruden, and I think it expresses quite a lot about that era. I think it is really important that younger designers coming in don't get disheartened by the slow speed and the amount of commitment you need for architecture projects, but instead see that as something really unique and special about the project, that it creates meaning, not just in the project, but creates meaning in your life, that you've done something lasting and layered and full of passion.